It was the 195th year of the Fourth Era. In some poetic irony, it was the 28th of Evening Star, Sulumath, in the Gel tongue, the month of the dead. I had been absent for a while, away on an expedition deep into Black Marsh. I was expecting to take over Nalis Favren's position as Sul's mouth on my return. I had figured I wouldn't have much time for such excursions as a mouth. I had just returned to tell Sul. I received a warm welcome from my peers upon my arrival. Sul was noticeably missing. Understandable, I thought. He wasn't one to make such public displays of attachment. I decided to pay him a visit in his quarters. Fill him in on how the expedition had gone. Apologies. I am just trying to recall the details correctly. He was sat in a chair at his desk. He didn't acknowledge me as I entered. It was a mire for details. He could recognize the footsteps of all the members of the tower. I figured he was deeply engrossed in something. Wishing not to disturb, I approached him quietly. I reached him at his desk. It all became so clear. His throat was cut, practically torn out. His blood had flowed in great streams onto his robes. They were soaked, still wet to the touch. I met his eyes, empty, lifeless, yet they still stared straight into my very soul. On the desk there was a sealed scroll. It bore an all too familiar mark, a writ of execution, proudly adorned with the Morag Tong's sigil. I felt sick. Never had I felt my legs so ready to give way in all my years of life. This was not the way Master Sul should have gone out. The greatest mire I knew, dying quietly, alone at his desk. And what of me? What of all my years in service to Sul? What of the time I was to spend representing him at the council? What of Serene? How long I had dreamed of seeing her again. What of all the sacrifices? My plots, my deeds? Was this where it was all rendered to nothing? Never would I reach higher. Never would I have a tower of my own. Never would I honor my tribe by reaching the top. In a matter of moments, all my life's deeds seemed as if they had become meaningless. I collapsed onto Sul, his blood covering my scales, soaking into my clothes. I wept, sobbed, seeking the security, the purpose he had given me in life. All I could feel was the warmth fading from his still body, and my hope with it. It broke me. I suppose I had to tell you sooner or later. I don't particularly enjoy being this open and vulnerable. A bad trait among my peers. The only people I can really trust in this regard is my family. It isn't exactly easy to hide your emotions when you're all tied to the same history. Let's get back to what we were doing, huh?